What is up, YouTube fam? TGB Fishing Outdoors coming back with another video, and today what we're going to be talking about is my rod setup for 2024. Now the baits might get changed around depending on the season, but the rods most likely won't change. They'll only get upgraded. But what I've got tied on for 2024 is coming right up. But before that, I want to get in the verse of the day, which comes from Isaiah 43:18 and 19. Forget the former things, do not dwell on the past. See, I am doing a new thing, now it springs up. Do you not perceive it? I am making a way in the wilderness and the streams in the wasteland. Take that verse with you throughout your week. Now, what rods do I have rigged up for 2024? Well, what has caught me a lot of fish in the wintertime so far, if you've seen my video, is the old drop shot. Maybe that'll, yeah, the old drop shot. This is a Lew's Xfinity speed stick, medium power, fast action. So these Xfinities are Walmart exclusive, and they are amazing rods. I'll just tell you that. I got this paired up with the Shimano Neck Save on 10-pound braid. These Shimano Neck Saves, I cannot speak highly enough. But the drop shot will be tied up with me pretty much all year round. I'm catching quite a bit of fish with them, so it's probably going to be on my belt a lot this year. And I got the X-Zone lures. Oh, they just came out with them. Yeah, right there. The Stealth Invaders in the Morning Dawn color. They are amazing. Definitely go check them out. Let them know I sent you over there. Greatly helps the channel out. I don't get paid or anything by them. I'm just going to say this, they're the best company out there. They make amazing baits, so most of their baits are what's going to be tied up with me all year long. So next up, what I have tied up right now, but this is just this rod only. I have a Lew's carbon fiber. I just got the Lew's carbon fiber reel also, and this is a medium light, fast action rod, and I am specifically using this for Ned rigs. So if I want to fish a Ned rig in the middle of summer, I can. But this is the Ned rig rod I have with 10-pound braid tied up to it. Also with like a 1/8 ounce jig head and a little finesse crawl from X-Zone Lures, black and blue on it as well. So this is my Ned rig rod setup. Next up, what I have coming in for 2023 is the Shakespeare Ugly Stick Light Pro. This is a medium rod, 7-foot medium. I have this on a Abu Garcia Pro Max, 7:1 gear ratio, 12 or 15-pound fluoro, I can't remember. Right now I have a jointed Rapala shad wrap on it, and this is my cranking stick. Hopefully this year or the next, I'm going to be investing in a glass rod, but for right now, this Shakespeare works amazing. I can throw deep divers on it, I can throw lipless, any kind of crankbait on this is what I throw. That's the Ugly Sticks Light Pro from Shakespeare, and the fast gear ratio is great for that as well. Coming up next for 2024 is the Lew's Laser Pro Speed Stick. I found this at Walmart. I don't know if this is a Walmart exclusive. It might be. I have not used this in a while. As you can tell, there's some dust on it. But this is the Lew's Laser Pro. This is also a medium fast, just like the Xfinity. And this is my wacky rig rod. So, as you can tell, medium fast spinning rods you can do pretty much anything with, or medium heavy or medium light. Any of those you can really do anything for bass fishing with. I have this on 10-pound braid. This is I am not sure of the gear ratio. I thought I had it somewhere. But this is my wacky rig setup. I have a 1/16 ounce jig head just to get a little bit faster fall than a completely weightless. But this is just, I have the clout tied up right now from 6 cents. But I'll definitely be going with the Gambler lures. O-Beast. Those are amazing. Definitely go pick you up some if you haven't already. Those are probably the best wacky rig worms that I've found. They're a lot thicker and they have a totally different action than just regular Senkos. So definitely go pick you up some. So this is my wacky rig rod coming in for 2024. Next up, what I have, not even spooled up yet, but this is my Texas rig rod. I use this thing all the time, so I definitely have invested some money in this because this is my favorite one. I got a Falcon Evo, this is medium heavy, with a Shimano SOX DC on it. So this is amazing. You can pick this rod up at Walmart as well. This is my Texas rig rod. I love this, and definitely I highly encourage you, if you find a technique that you're most comfortable with, your number one fish catching machine, whatever that is, it could be big swim baits like I have over there, or it could be little finesse stuff, whatever. But whatever your number one go-to thing is, definitely invest your money in that, because Shimano SOX DC, $200 reel, $80 rod, and it is not, I mean, this is just one out of, I think, 14 or 15 rods I have, but this is the most expensive one I have, and it is definitely, it serves me well, and I can't wait to use it this year. So this is my Texas rig setup, medium heavy, 7 foot with a Shimano SOX DC, a 2-to-1 gear ratio, coming in for my 2024 setup. Next up, what I have for my jigging rod is an Abu Garcia Vengeance 7'6" heavy, and it is a fast action as well, with a Abu Garcia Black Max with 65-pound braid on it. This is also used for my flipping stuff, so if I get really big weights and find a bunch of grass mats around, I'll stick big old flipping weight on it and flipping hook. This is my jig rod. I don't use a whole lot of jig fishing, so I hope I do that in 2024. I got it tied up, it's ready to go, and also if I want to flip or punch something, it's ready to go. So I don't really have much on this. This has been tied up pretty much since the whole year of last year. But this is my jigging rod, the Abu Garcia Vengeance and the Black Max Abu Garcia. Next up, what I have is my topwater rod, my topwater casting rod, I should say, because I believe, I'm going to switch one of those around whenever it becomes more topwater season. But this is the Berkley Shock lightning rod shock from Berkley, medium heavy, 7 foot fast. So 7 foot medium heavy, you can do pretty much anything with. You can do topwater, jig fishing, swim bait fishing, whatever you really need to. 7 foot medium, or 7 foot medium heavy, I should say. Sorry about that. But I love this rod. This 7 foot medium heavy is different than that 7 foot medium heavy. Just go try them out if you can. But I have this on 65-pound braid as well, probably overkill. I have a popper on it right now, and a Lew's Classic Pro speed spool 7.5-to-1 gear ratio. I love these reels. I think I have 2. Yeah, this is one of 2 reels I have, because these are just amazing reels. They are smooth, they're easy to learn, and they used to be $60. I think they're $70 or $80 now, I'm not sure. If you're just starting bait casting and you are wanting to learn more but not spend a whole lot of money, go pick up a Lew's Classic Pro. It's pretty much budget in, but lower on the side as well, but not like budget like $5 cheap. But this is my topwater. I love this stuff. I love topwater. It's like a drug, okay? Like, I don't do drugs, but if I did, it would have to include topwater with it. So this is my topwater rod coming in for 2024. Next up, what I have coming out of the rod storage rack over there is my crappie rod. Now, these rods will change quite often because I break them a lot, okay? So I used to have a Shakespeare Ugly Sticks 7 foot ultralight, and it was amazing. I love that thing. That was an amazing rod. And before, I had like a little 5 foot ultralight. I think it's over there. But once I upgraded the 7 foot ultralight, you can cast a whole lot farther. If you can find them, definitely pick you up one. This is the Sam Super Sensitive IM6 graphite jig pole. And actually I think this is a light action is what I saw, but I really think it's ultralight. I have this on a 1/32 ounce jig head with a Lew's Light LS75 maybe? Lew's Light, I don't know. I mean, this thing has seen better days, I tell you that. On 10-pound braid, it is just amazing. This is my crappie catching machine. I won't tell you the whole exact bait because I have before, but I'm going to go ahead and say it anyway. It is a 1/32 ounce dark jig head with a monkey milk on the back of it, baby shad. Oh man, I tell you what, that is just amazing. It catches the fish like none other. This right here stands the test of time. Or a tree. Whenever I find a tree, these rods are usually done for. So this is my ultralight crappie setup for coming in for 2024. Also for 2024 for crappie fishing, I don't have it all finished or rigged up or anything, but I have a light rod, Shakespeare Micro Series light rod with the Abu Garcia Black Max spinning combo. That's way overkill for crappie fishing. But I have that on 10-pound braid, and I use that for like very small crankbaits, or if I want to do that for bass fishing as well. But moving baits for crappie fishing is what I'm intending to use it for. So I have that one back there as well. Next up, what I have for 2024 is my underspin or like a light crankbait, but I think I'm going to use a different rod for that. But this is my underspin rod. Really, that's all I use this rod for. It's a Guggen Squad go-to. So it's 7'2", medium heavy, fast action. I have it on 15-pound fluoro with the Guggen Squad spinning reel as well. I got this at a great price, that's why I use it. But I have a 1/4 ounce underspin jig head on there with a Gambler Lures Little Easy. You can also, any white paddle tail definitely gets them done. So, I mean, really, you can use an underspin all year round. If they're not wanting a big spinnerbait, but you still want to use a spinnerbait, try the underspin, see if that'll catch them off guard. Also, I won't get it down right now, but the other other three I have up there are my 13 Fishing Rely Black, I believe is what it's called. That's my jerkbait fishing rod. I believe it's 6'7" medium with a Lew's reactor with 15-pound fluoro on it, and it's got a jerkbait on it. I don't use a whole lot of jerkbaits. It's difficult for me to understand how to really use that. Also, what I have up there is a Shimano rod. I'm not sure what brand it is. And then a Daiwa. Oh, it's a CC80. I'm not sure what exact brand it is, but those rods are amazing. Those reels are amazing. They're like $60 to $80 somewhere in there. Definitely go pick you up some of those. I have that on 65-pound braid with my frog, my popping frog, or just a regular frog, whatever. But that's my frogging rod. It's 7'2", 7'6", something like that, medium heavy. And then finally, what I have up above is a Daiwa DXS, some Daiwa swim bait rod. It's like 8 foot long, and I have a Abu Garcia Ambassador. That's like a big old catfish reel with 65-pound braid and a 20 to 30-pound monofilament leader tied to that. Right now I have an Alabama rig on it, but I will be throwing big swim baits. So I throw Alabama rigs or swim baits. This one right here, well, this isn't really, it's a big swim bait, but it's not big heavy wise. This is a 6-inch, 6.5 inch, I believe. Bass Mafia, one of those new ones that came out. So those are the ones up top that I won't pull down for you. Sorry. You'll probably see them throughout the year. But next up, what I have is a Lew's Laser HS Speed Stick. I definitely want to upgrade this rod. I want to upgrade a lot of these just rods. On a Lew's Classic Pro, as you can tell, speed spool, 7:5-to-1 gear ratio, I believe. Yep, 7:5-to-1 gear ratio, 15-pound fluoro. And this is my spinnerbait rod. And yeah, I got to change my spinnerbait. I broke the blade off of it. But this is a Terminator spinnerbait. Great spinnerbait. spinnerbait or chatterbait rod. It's a 7-foot medium heavy fast action. This is my spinnerbait chatterbait setup that I have. It's since the tips are all different on them, because this one, whenever the spinnerbait buzzes through the water or the chatterbait buzzes through the water, it isn't so like rattling out of your hand like you don't like it's having a seizure or something like my brain just did right now.
Hey pal, you just blowing from Stupid Town?
But that is my spinnerbait chatterbait setup for 2024 as of this moment. Also, my last two that I have over here, I can't get that one out, but there is a Lose Xfinity 6'6" or 7-foot medium fast, just like that other rod, just like that other Lose Xfinity, and that is on 15-pound braid. And I'm gonna change that up to, I'm gonna use that for my light crankbaits or something like that. But also what I have is a Gig and Squad go-to rod with a Lose Xfinity speed spool, and this is a 5-to-1 gear ratio as well. But this is like a medium heavy fast as well. 7-foot medium heavy fast. That's exactly right. So what this rod's for is smaller swim baits. So yes, I have that big rod up there for ginormous 7-inch, 6-inch, 12-inch swim baits. But that's 1 in a million times I'm going to use that. A lot of times I use these smaller swim baits. This is actually a Storm. Oh, one of these little Storm sunfish swim baits. You can pick these up at Walmart. They're super cheap and they catch a lot of fish. Like, that's how I caught my first ever bass out of this pond. I did not think there was any fish in there. I tied up a little bitty one. It was like a little minnow looking thing. And I hooked into it was a 3.5 pounder. That was my first ever bass intentionally. Well, not intentionally, but like I was trying to get into bass fishing, and that's how I caught it, was on one of these. So definitely go pick you up some. I got it on 15-pound fluoro, and this is my little bitty swim bait rod going into 2024. So I just counted. I have 17 rods, 2 catfish, and 2 of those are crappie rods. So 17 minus 4. So I have 13 bass fishing rods in my arsenal for this year. I hope to upgrade those rods to make it more technique specific. I am so excited for 2024. So this is my rod setup. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Take the rest of the day with you. Be sure to be subscribed if you're new. I'm trying to hit 250 subs before the end of January. If I do, I'll be giving away some baits from a mystery box over here that I probably just announced in the last video. So definitely go check that out before. But be sure to be subscribed if you're new. Take the rest of the day with you, and I'll catch you guys on the water. Peace!